Even the wording of Islam would say, Umr means construction. Umri, my age is, now I don't want to reveal that, so that at least I have a chance to be looked nicely. My age, Umri, comes from Amar, construction. Islam is not the religion of destruction, it's the religion of construction. هو الذي استعمركم في الأرض means he has made you inhabit this land to construct it, but who? You. So it's the most importantly is to start with the people, and the people need to be leaders. And the most importantly is not to stifle the talents in the way we educate them. In universities, unfortunately, and colleges, these days, you don't find this constructivist approach or social constructive par excellence. You find it just a word or in PhDs, but people they don't really apply it. So to reach the knowledge societies, universities have to apply this. And homes, we need to have knowledge-based homes. We need to have knowledge-based neighborhood. We need to have knowledge-based communities. We need to have knowledge-based country. We have a big challenge. If we are going to use the same traditional way of teaching, we're going backward, and we're going to kill all those bonanza of talents and capabilities that will be sitting just listening to you, and this is the worst part. And this is the worst thing you could do, is to stand and lecture, and all those bonanzas and talents are not being utilized, and you cannot even get them out so that they are put together to have a power, synergistic power that will lead the country into construction and technology. This is the one thing you could do. This is why traditionally, the traditional way of teaching has become, unfortunately, detrimental to the progress. You don't push it aside, but it is a data point, it's a knowledge point, but it is not a competency based. Does not develop leaders like what Prophet Muhammad wants us to do when he says, convey about me, even if it is one verse, beautifully. Convey about me beautifully, even if it is one verse. Notice, one verse. Anybody here does not know one verse? I challenge you. Our job, if you know one verse, it's a must on you to convey it. So there is this immediacy strength there. Immediacy strength, meaning what? This is what is called constructive approach. As soon as you learn something, you teach it to others. When you learn something, you get knowledge. But when you teach it to others, you build a character of sharing and caring that takes care of the community. But as soon as the person read, what happens? Then we become like the Jews, كَالْحِمَارِ يَحْمِلُ أَسْفَارَ, like the donkey carrying the testament on the back of that donkey without sharing that knowledge. And this characteristic is a characteristic of the Jews that the Quran speaks ill about. So we have to be very careful. I know reading is important, and we have to encourage them to read. This is why we have an international program. After I retired from Morocco, I've dedicated myself to this international program, and I've called it EIECC. What does EIECC mean? Watch my step. Effective, Islamic, cross-cultural communication. We are in the business of developing. We are in the business of developing global leaders in communication to other cultures by improving English. Why? To carry the treasure that we have called Islam to the whole world. How? Effectively. And all of this program comes under the word valuable. Valuable. And valuable, many of you, unfortunately, what does it mean? When I ask anybody of you here, what does valuable mean? You're Muslim, you're leaders in Islam. You're my sheikh, I'm not sheikh. Who said, what does it mean? Wrong. Sorry, sister, I failed you. Yes? Huh? Wrong. Yes, tell me more, please. What does valuable mean? Don't make me go to the mom and get angry. I'm already angry, as I am. Okay, tell me more. Come on, what does valuable mean? Yes?
Communicating knowledge.
Preach, mashallah. Wrong. Yes, tell me more. Come on. You see, you have failed at this, all of you. All of you have failed the test. We have ilm from this word called what? Balagha, صح? What is balagha? Today you heard this beautiful poetry and the proses. Yes, eloquence, you know. It is more than eloquent. So it's not just a matter of conveying, it is the how of conveying, the way of conveying, with whom you are there, okay? Your selection of the words, your selection of the expressions, all included in the word balagha. And not only when you choose, you have to choose beautiful words to the extent that it might get into the hearts of the people, so they start thinking about what you're talking about. The power of communication. You know, Islam, the words of Prophet Muhammad are so succinct, meaningful. You have to go deep into the linguistic. The adhan, I already told you about hayya. How many of you know about hayya the way I explained it before? Where is my proof of that? The proof is that when I said hayya, come hurriedly and become alive. The proof in Prophet Muhammad, he said, the similitude of the one who remembers Allah and the one who doesn't remember Allah is like the one who's alive and the one who's dead. So if you don't remember Allah and you're away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what happens to you? You're dead. You want to wake up again? You want to resurrect again? Huh? Come back to prayer. Come back to the salah. Come back to the attachment, to the sunnah of Prophet Muhammad. All of you love Prophet Muhammad. How much we are abiding by the truth. How much are we abiding by the time? Oh, sorry. It's tough. Like, as if I didn't see it anyway. So, you understand that? So the program, I'll just go back to EIECC, because this is why I came, by the way. Everything I will be saying has to go. If I don't market that program, I have failed miserably. Yesterday, alhamdulillah, I was in Faisalabad, and I was in...
Gujranwala.
Huh? Gujranwala. And they took me in a very nice road that hurt my stomach and my body.
GT road.
Beautiful road, lovely road. And it was deliberate so that they want to increase my rewards.
इनके लिए नया था ये सफर, तो he was so disturbed.
But anyway, that's another invention, but a beautiful one though. So what are the goals of EIECC? The goals of EIECC, the first one, developing global leadership from within. Underline from within. So we don't want to spoon feed. Self-directed learning teams, remember that. That's our methodology. Our methodology is self-directed learning teams, stepping stone towards cross-cultural communication society. To present Islam, to be proud of our culture, Islamic culture. So what are the three things? The first one is to develop global leadership in cross-cultural communication to present Islam in the middle of this barrage of distortion for all of us, our country, Saudi, Pakistan, all of them. Now how can you stand the ground and you present yourself with pride, not dilute your deed, dilute your culture. You have to say who you are. I'm not interested in getting to debate on who am I as a Muslim, who am I as a Pakistan, as a Saudi. These are very important traditions. Many of us unfortunately have been hidden culturally and think they know who they are. They don't. And that's the worst thing that we're facing now because of the influx of scholarships, the Arabs. Thousands. So we've designed this course to bring them back and ignite their passion so that they come back and start helping us to prove Islamic English to present Islam to them. So it has become like an institute, English institute. But the whole content is Islamic. And the way we train people is very powerful. I used to be the head of the professional area for AMCO, future leaders. They will have to go through me. That was 10 years ago.
नहीं मैम कितने साल हो गए ज़रूरत है
I know what I'm talking about.
इतने साल हो गए अब कहाँ
You
ज़रूरत
have to concentrate
फिर वो ना
on
अक्सर
the
घर की
knowledge,
मुर्गी दाल बराबर की हो जाती है ना
process, the
अब मुझे मुर्गी
competency,
कह रही
the
हैं?
मैं अपने
leadership.
आप को कह रही हूँ।
Oh, not to be just read. No. But what's after reading? It has to be project-based reading, experiential reading, authentic reading. You know, all these are very important. So it's not just a matter of tell me read. Yes, I want to read, but what's the end? Where am I going with that here? The second goal, we want all those who speak English in the world to be an Islamic exhibit on the world. And instead of being hijacked and acting like, hey man, what's happening? Or hey man, let's gather together. No, we don't want that stuff. Let's be proud of our culture. All of you speak beautiful English, native like. Use it for the sake of Allah. How many of you have used it for the sake of Allah? English language. You know, we have a problem. Many, unfortunately, shy away from being proud of their culture and then present it in the best way. The third goal, which is very important, to produce communities of commitment. Communities of commitment that will work together to achieve the goal of بلغوا عني ولو آية. Doesn't need somebody to tell you. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ has already told you one verse. Nobody is exempted. Nobody is excused. So we have to, of course, to reach to this powerful leadership I'm talking about, we have a very stringent process. We have tools that are very powerful. I wanted to show you today in the PowerPoint, but unfortunately, the technology, I hate you, failed me. Technology, not you. Okay? So, with all of that, I don't know what to say more than that. Of course, there are specific objectives like improving Islamic English, improving communication, improving self-led, improving the, increasing your terms and expression. You live in an environment where you are immersed in an Islamic English, and you live in that Islamic English center. And believe me, the 3 days makes a huge difference in your life. And with that, I have many things to say. But of course, I know I should have taken more hours because we spoke in order of how many speakers, and I was simmering in my soup there, wanting somebody to translate to me. But unfortunately, even though I know it was enjoyable, I wanted to clap. I didn't know why, but anyway, I clapped. Okay. With this, I would like really to thank you all for inviting me from Saudi Arabia.